Hello, everyone. I got to be honest with you guys. I wanted to I had this video set up for you guys, the introduction video, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find this damn video that was supposed to have the music, the introduction, all that stuff, and I ran out of time, and that sucks. That sucks because shit. Now I'm like 15 minutes late. I'm sure some people were waiting. Hopefully they were, but I'm not sure exactly if they were or not. I'm not seeing anyone right now, but I'm gonna check real quick to see if I'm live because I'm not sure. So give me a second. I'm gonna see if I am, and hopefully you guys can hear me. Hold on, give me a second. Just checking to see if I am live. I really wanted to seriously I really wanted to have this video ready for you guys, and I just couldn't. Hold on, give me a second. I'm checking to see. All right, I'll call. I'm live. Okay, cool. I'm live. We're good. The feed is going. Pressing colors. Thanks for joining me. I am live. I know. I realize that now. I try to get this video going, and I couldn't find it on my computer. Fucking bullshit, man. Damn. I came home early from work. I had everything ready. I set everything up, and the last thing I couldn't find was the freaking introduction video. That's why it took so long to get on live because I was ready. I was ready at 5:30, and it didn't happen. It didn't freaking happen. So, thank you for those who are joining me now. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if more people will come in. So I'm gonna chill for a while to see if any more people will come in. If not, it's not a big deal. You can catch the replay and make sure you hit the subscribe and like the video and comment as well, because of course I got a bunch of stuff in the works for all of you guys. Julius Freeman, a lucid comic. I'm ready for 2022, man. Even though the world seems like it's going to hell, I'm still ready. I'm still ready to release a bunch of comic books, release a bunch of projects, and I have a few stuff in the works too, which is kind of nice. I'm excited about it, but I can't talk about the other projects just yet until everything is kind of finalized. And once they are finalized, or it is finalized, then I'll be able to talk about it. But for now, I'm gonna keep that tight-lipped until I get the go ahead to talk about it. But for now, I'm gonna talk about my big announcement. But before I talk about a big announcement, first I want to wait a little bit more for more people to start coming in. I'll probably give it 5 more minutes. So for those who are watching, how are you guys? How's your Friday? I know typically Friday nights are the days people go out. Things are opening up a lot more now. People feel a lot safer to go out, which is cool. Because the last 2 years has been kind of an extreme nightmare, like a fever dream that seemed like it never wanted to go away. It seemed like, but now finally things starting to get more open. People are a lot more comfortable going out, which is kind of nice. And again, this is not a huge announcement, but it's something. It's something, and something's better than nothing, right? So, how are you guys out there? If you guys are still out there, any news, any topics you guys want to talk about while I wait here for some people to come in, because I'm ready to announce, but I wanna wait like a little bit. So the comic book world's crazy, man. The comic book world is crazy. This past 2 weeks, checking out my Twitter feed and seeing all the drama, and not just the drama, but also like a lot of the announcements from DC Comics and Marvel Comics going in the direction that a lot of people are not particularly happy about. But there's a lot of people who are happy about it. So it's kind of like a, 50-50, I guess you could say. But things are happening, man. Things are happening. And give me a second here. I'm getting everything set up for you guys, so that way when I announce stuff, you guys, I have it ready. But not just yet. All right, that's ready to go. Let me just minimize this. Cool. Looks like we got one more in. Make yourselves known, guys. Talk to one another at the chat. Don't be shy. Here, I'll start first. Thank you for Pressing Colors for being here as a homeboy. And Pressing Colors has a lot going on too. Hopefully down the line, he will have some announcements himself with some of the cool stuff that he's coming up with, because he's hustling, man. He's hustling just like the rest of us. Try to get people to talk in the chat. Don't be shy. There. So it's been a crazy week for me. No, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's not been a crazy week. It's been a very productive week for me. Like I said, I have been part of a project that I'm working on that's outside of this announcement. The Ghetto Dragon comic book has done well. For those of you who don't know or don't really know me, Julius Freeman, I released a comic book 2 years ago called The Ghetto Dragon, or 2 years ago, or about a year and a half ago, maybe a year and a half ago, called The Ghetto Dragon. It was my second campaign. The first one failed miserably. The first one was a big, huge failure because I launched it. The goal was $8,000. And considering that it was my first campaign, I didn't have anything prepared, no YouTube channel, no Twitter account, nothing of the sort. And I was able to raise some money, like I think it was close to 500, which isn't bad considering that the fact that I didn't have a YouTube channel or a Twitter account or any other social media platforms for that matter. But obviously it wasn't enough. So I had to cancel. I had to let the campaign die out. I had refunded everyone's money and I retreated back, and I kind of, I guess you could say I created a new strategy. So what I did was I started being more active on Twitter. I started a YouTube channel and I started making videos there, doing some live streams. I started going on other people's live streams. And sure enough, more and more people started to know the name Julius Freeman. And so the second time around, I launched the Ghetto Dragon, but I did it a little differently because the first time I launched it, the artist had told me that he had to go back to school. He wanted to go back to school because he wanted to get better as an artist, and understandable. So he told me, you have this much time before you, I guess, before I take off to school and I won't be able to work on the book anymore. So I freaked out, and that's when I did the first campaign. So in the second one, when he had to go back to school and I didn't have his services anymore, so I was thinking, like, what am I going to do? I have this book here that's half done. How am I going to get some of that money back that I put out? So I realized that I had enough pages done to split the book in half and release it as book 1, and then down the line release it as book 2. So that's what I released in the second campaign, was Ghetto Dragon book 1, No Good Deed. It was a great story. I had fun writing it. The artist had a great time drawing it. We all had a great time doing it. It was a great story. And so once I launched that one, and it did well, actually, it ended up raising close to $2,000, which is pretty awesome because the goal was 500. And I did the hustle, right? I went on all the live streams. I started promoting the crap out of it on Twitter. I was unabashedly just, I guess, not embarrassed to reach out to people and say, hey, I got this book, and I go on your channel and promote this book. And thankfully and gratefully, a lot of people said yes. So that was awesome. And after that campaign was done, I was left kind of wondering, like, well, crap, what am I going to do next? Because I can't do book 2 because the artist is at school. He's not going to, he's busy until probably the end of this year. So I can't finish book 2, even though I have written the scripts. The script is done for book 2. It's just a matter of putting ink to paper. And I have to wait until either I get the funds or the artist is available. And right now I I couldn't wait. I didn't want to wait until 2023 without releasing anything. So I started thinking about, okay, what am I going to do next? What's next for Julius Freeman? What's next for a Lucid comic? And I started thinking, all right, I don't want to make a book where it's going to be, I do the campaign and then it takes about a year and a half for the book to come out. I don't want to do that, because for me, it's kind of like, why should someone wait a year and a half for their book? They should wait at the most, in my opinion, 6 months, in my opinion. So then I started thinking and brainstorming and realized, you know what? I think the best approach, the best way to go about this is doing one book, like one book, meaning a one shot. In the comic book industry, it's called a one shot, where it's just one book. It's a story from beginning, middle, and end. And that's it. There is no issue 2. There is no book 2. It's just one story. So then I started brainstorming. Okay, what kind of story do I want to tell? And while all this was happening, I also had to keep in mind that, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to fund this? Right. And then, of course, I got crowdfunding. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't want to have the reader wait a year. So I had to pay out of pocket. And that's one of the many struggles of being an independent comic book creator and writer, because money plays a big major factor in the production of comic books. And that's why it's so important that's why crowdfunding is such an important tool for indie creators like myself, who can get these stories out to readers like yourself and expose you guys to new exciting stories that I'll be real to say, man, Marvel, DC won't ever attempt to do, especially nowadays. And also, Image still is pretty good. They still release some pretty good stuff from what I've seen, but nothing daring, nothing outside the box, nothing crazy that I've seen anyway. I've gone to the comic book store plenty of times and nothing has struck me, or nothing has, I guess you could say, pulled me in like it did back in the day when I was collecting comic books actively. And I was like, okay, I gotta do something bold. I gotta produce something that's gonna really get people talking. And so again, I started brainstorming. Okay, it has to be a one shot. It has to be one book. It can't be, multiple books. The epics, right? The magnum opus stories that I have in cooking up in here are going to have to wait. I have to focus more on the straight up one shot comic books, which is what I'm going to do from here on out until I get enough of a following, enough readership to really boost me up to the point where I could afford and have the time to, write and produce my epic tales. Because I got to be real with you guys. I have a shitload of stories that are collecting digital dust in my hard drive. These stories are ready to go. It's just a matter of, again, putting ink to paper, and again, budget, again, money. It's all about money, right? And so as I was brainstorming, I was thinking, okay, it has to be one shot. It has to be no more than 50, at the most 60 pages, right? It can't be above 60 pages. And I have to start right away. I have to start now. And then when I launch it, the book will at least be 50% done or 60% done. And that's what I want. And that's what I've been doing for the past, I guess, I want to say a year now, I think. Because I haven't been on here for a while. This channel has been kind of laying dormant for a while, because that's what I've been doing for the past year. I've been, developing stories. I've been, building my network and talking to people online and supporting other people's campaigns, checking out other people's live streams and taking notes as to how to market, how to promote myself. And also kind of finding out what people or readers are looking for in comic books. What are readers looking for in comic books? And I've come to the conclusion that it's simple, right? It's simple when you think about it, but it's amazing to me how most publishers aren't really grasping it as much as they did back in the day. and that is good stories. Readers want good stories. I want good stories. When I go watch a movie, I want the story to be solid. I want the characters to be fully developed. I want if it's an action film, for instance, I want the action to play a part in the plot, not just, like a Michael Bay movie. Michael Bay movie is just all action, but there's no substance. There's no story there. It's just all action. It's just flash, explosions. Zack Snyder, right? Zack Snyder is a good director in terms of being a visual director, but when it comes to storytelling, he's not the greatest. He's actually one of the worst in my opinion. The Snyder Bros, don't come at me, all right? All love to all of you guys, but in my personal opinion, Zack Snyder isn't the best storyteller. He's kind of just a flash, just a flashy director, and no story essence. The story is should be the foundation. A good plot, good characters should be the foundation of an overall plot, in my opinion. So, as I was developing the story, I came up with a few ideas, and okay, well, maybe I could do a superhero comic. No, there's a lot of that out there already. I was like, okay, maybe I could just stick to what I like. Action comics. I love action comics. And what I mean by action comics, I'm talking like straight up like 80s action movies or 90s action movies before it got ridiculous to the point where it was like, come on, man, like this is dumb. And what else do I like? Well, I also like gritty crime noir stories. And I was like, okay, this is something. I have something here. And so I started developing the story. It took me about, I want to say 3 or 4 months to develop the story. I sat down, brainstormed, wrote down, characters, wrote down scenarios, and then worked my way from there. It started as an idea, and then it started, then when the idea got big enough to become a whole plot, then I started working on the characters and the main character, and started, okay, and then slowly building that up and taking my time, getting rid of the cliches, making sure that everything was tightly knit. And I feel like I'm there right now. And I'm happy to announce, this is going, now I'm going to the part where I wanted to make the announcement. Now I'm happy to announce that I have a new project in the works. And this project is called, give me a second here. Let me just get this situated. Vigilant Fury. Curious Comics. What's up, dude? It's been a while, man. How you been, Curious? I seen you posting some stuff on Twitter, dude. Your art's it's just I love seeing your art, man. Keep going, dude. Keep at it. I especially like that last post you did with the I think it was a samurai on the rock. That was pretty dope. Do more of that kind of stuff, and you'll be golden. But it's good to see you here, Curious. I'm glad you're here. So Vigilant Fury. She has one chance to escape. The only thing in her way is an army of mercenaries. And Vigilant Fury is a one-shot deal, one story, and it's written by moi, and is drawn by a very talented, very skilled artist named Anthony Gambino. Anthony Gambino, I met on Twitter because during the time I was looking for an artist for this new project. I had developed a story. It was still it wasn't quite there yet, but it was close enough to be able to pitch it to artists and see, hey, are you interested in something like this? And so I sent out feelers on Twitter, and I got a few responses from some artists. And then some were okay, some were, some didn't work, some were good. Don't get me wrong, most of them were good. It's just that I felt they wouldn't work with what I wanted to produce here. So Anthony Gambino sent me a tweet, and he sent me some of his samples. And when I saw his samples, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this might be what I'm looking for. And here's a sample of his work. Meet Angela Peretz. She is the main character of the story, Vigilant Fury. I'm not going to give away too much because this is the pre-launch. This is not the launch of the campaign. This is just the pre-launch to get people's, to kind of like an appetizer of sorts. The dinner, the main course meal will come later. But for now, this is the appetizer. Anthony Gambino has been a dream to work with, very easy to work with. I sent him the script. He sends me the thumbnails. I edit the thumbnails. I send it back to him. He sends me back, some more notes, and it's a great collaboration that we got going. And I really can't wait for you guys to see what he's been churning out, because it's been some top-notch stuff. These samples here don't do it justice. Wait until you guys see what I have in store. What do you say? Curious. I like hearing your analysis and opinions. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I studied film for a few years in college, and I was really into it. I was really into the whole aspect of breaking down films, the mythos behind some of the stories, and how a lot of these storytellers, directors, and screenwriters, these guys were learned men back in the day. I don't know about now, but back in the day, these were learned men who understood history, who were really well learned in myth, like mythology. And Joseph Campbell was a huge influence on that whole aspect of storytelling, and for me as well. Because I growing up, I was a huge movie buff. I watched every movie that I could, and so when I went to college, I started studying what it means to tell a good story. And I've always wanted to write comic books, but back in the day, they didn't have classes for comic books. It was just film and writing, and that's it. There was no courses on how to write a comic book. Now there are. Now there's a whole bunch of comic book classes in college campuses, but the only one that I knew of back in the day was a Joe Kubert school. And I wish I would have gone to that school, but I would have had to move to out of state and done the whole thing, and I couldn't afford to at the time. But going back to this story, Angela Peretz is the main character of this story. I don't want to give away too much, like I said, but this, like I said here, I wrote here, a free spirit with a deadly side that will unfold as she faces her life-threatening situation. I'm not going to say what that life-threatening situation is. There, I do give a clue. The clue is on let me just scroll up here. It's in the banner up here. Let me see. I have it down here as well, I think. Right here. This is the only clue you get. So you could leave that to your imagination as to what the story might be about, but you won't know until I launch the campaign, and then I'll give you a more detailed summary of what this story is about. And this story is like, you guys have no idea how excited I am for this. I'm really excited for this because it's action. It's full of action and suspense. Vigilant Fury is right up your alley. A gritty, nonstop, action-packed comic book that will grab you by the balls. And I am bullshitting. It will literally not literally. It would figuratively grab you by the balls and will not let go until the final page. If you guys are a fan of The Raid, if you guys are a fan of Die Hard, these movies, these old action movies where, the main character is put in a situation, and, the first act we get introduced, to the character, and then we find out a little bit more about them, and then they get put into the situation where they have to survive. And that's what the story is about. It's about survival. Human survival under the most dire scenario. I mean, you just think of the worst case scenario and having to survive that. That's what this story is about. One of my biggest favorite films was The Raid. And the reason why I liked it so much is because once the action gets started, it doesn't let up. It just keeps on going. It just goes and goes and goes. And when you think it can't get any crazier, it gets crazier. And that's what this book is all about. I wanted to channel that energy into this book. all the love I have for 80s Hong Kong action, martial arts action cinema mixed with the 90s action American films. It's funneled into this story. And Michael Gambino can attest to that. He has the script. He's been reading the script. So if you ever get a chance to listen to him on a live stream, you ask him yourself, and he'll tell you himself. I don't have to you don't have to take my word for it. And so in the pre-launch of an Indiegogo campaign, there's always something you offer, right? And I'm going to offer a print. So if you sign up today or until the pre-launch is up, because once the campaign is launched, this print, I'm going to pull it up here for you guys real quick. Give me a second. This right here. This is what you're going to receive. Let me zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see all this beautiful glory. So if you sign up to the pre-launch today, and not just today, but until the launch occurs, you are going to receive a free print of this image right here. I haven't decided yet what size. I'm going to look into, printers and kind of see how much it's going to cost me. And if the cost is within the boundaries of the budget, then you may get an 11 by 14 size, poster size of this image drawn by and colored by Anthony Gambino. And again, Anthony Gambino is he has a very good director's eye when it comes to drawing comic books. Like he has a great, he could be a movie director if he wanted, to be honest with you. And his stuff reminds me a lot of a little bit like Eduardo Rizzo from 100 Bullets. If you guys remember that comic book, 100 Bullets, which one of my favorite comic books of all time. It kind of reminds me of that. He channels a little bit of Frank Miller, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Anthony, if you watch this, comment below and let me know if I'm wrong or right. But he just has it. I can't quite explain it. He just has it. And like I said, it's been a dream working with this guy because he makes my job a whole lot easier whenever I write the script for this comic book. And so far we have we have a pretty good amount of pages. I don't want to give away the amount of pages just yet because we're still in the pre-launch stage. So I want to keep that, hush hush until we launch the campaign, and that way I can give you a solid number as to where we're at. But right now we're still producing the pages, and I'm hoping that we launch this in a few months, depending on how much the turnaround rate will occur. So I'm hoping the sooner rather than later. But for now, this is the pre-launch, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Vigilant Fury. Kidnapped, sold into slavery. Angela Perez will kill her way to freedom. That's all I'll say. Like I said, this is your only clue as to what the story is going to be about. And I hope you guys sign up to the pre-launch, sign up to the email list. And if you do it, you'll get this free print. And this print right here won't be available once I launch the campaign. So only those who sign up to the pre-launch are going to get this copy. Whoops, right there. This copy of this image. And again, depending on the printer I find, if I can get it 11 by 14, I'm going to pull the trigger on it if I get a good deal on it and if it's within the budget. But this is it right here, guys. I know it's not a lot to offer. But I think this will go great on someone's wall. This looks like a movie poster to me. Let me zoom out here a bit so I could check it out. There we go. This looks like a movie poster. It tells you everything. It shows you everything, but tells you nothing. I guess that's the best way I could put it. And so yeah, that's it. That's the announcement, guys. The announcement is Vigilant Fury is now on the pre-launch stage, And if you sign up today, up until launch time, funny, uh, you'll receive a free print of this beautiful, beautiful image right here. Don't miss out. Don't sleep on it. Pressing Color says, "Can I get it as an NFT instead?" Hey, that's a pretty good idea, but I would have to talk to the artist about that because this is I'm a big proponent of artists owning their own stuff, and I'm not. It's all up to the artist. If the artist is cool with it, I'll be cool with it. But if he isn't cool with it, then I'm not gonna be cool with it. But I mean, and plus, Pressing Colors, cabron. Like seriously, why would you want this on your phone or tablet? Like, why don't you want this on your wall? Don't you want this on a T-shirt, cabron? I mean, I would want it on a T-shirt. This would be a cool shirt, in my opinion, or a cool poster you put on the wall. You could frame it on the wall. And then on top of that, it's a one of a kind because again, once once they go, it's done. I'm not going to reprint this image. Well, let me there we go, right there. Once this goes, it's done. So once the campaign launches, this will never be available again, unless maybe the artist wants to sell more prints on his own at a convention, because comic book conventions are coming back slowly but surely. And so if he's ever at a convention and he wants to print some of these to sell to people at his convention, then hey, I'll go for it. I plan on doing it. If Anaheim has WonderCon this year, I'm going. I'm probably going to have a table and sell these suckers. Not give away, but maybe sell them. Well, I mean, why not? Why not make some extra cash, right? But I'm not opposed to NFTs. I personally don't care, but again, it all depends on the artist. All depends on the artist. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, dude. Vigilant Fury is live. Not live. It's on the pre-launch stage. We're not gonna go live until perhaps I'm gonna shoot either mid-June to early July, maybe. I haven't decided yet. I have to talk to the artist. I have to, get schedule, have a scheduling thing with him. But for now, this is it. This is what I'm gonna start selling and promoting for the next few months, next few weeks, I should say, and get as many people interested in this story. It's a story of survival. It's a story of fighting your way from underneath. I'm a huge fan of those kind of stories. Stories where the main character has to fight from underneath and try and triumph against the monster, right? David and Goliath. I'm a huge sucker for David versus Goliath stories, and I can never get enough of them. I think deep down, most people like those stories. Batman. The reason why Batman has survived so long and why Batman is still popular is because it's a guy in a suit who always has to fight his way from underneath, right? Against thugs, against the Joker, the Riddler. There's famous images of his back being all scarred up. People dig that because it's something that we could all identify with, right? Stories about bullying, right? When we hear stories about kids standing up to their bullies, we cheer them on, right? When I go on YouTube and I talk and we see like what personally anyway, when I watch videos on YouTube about kids or people being bullied, standing up and knocking out the bully or beating up the bully, I cheer. And those videos get a bunch of likes. Those videos get, shared everywhere. They go viral because deep down, we don't like bullies, right? We don't like to be bullied. We like the people. We like people to stand up for themselves. That's ideally anyway. I can't speak for the rest of the world. Curious Comics, give us a little more about the story. I'm tempted to, but I don't want to give away too much because, I want to save that when I launch it. But let me just say this. Angela Peretz is someone who has to fight from underneath. And before you accuse me of of writing an SJW book, this is not an SJW book, even though it kind of is at the same time. But this isn't like it's more survival. Put it that way. Curious. It's about someone who's willing to go far to survive. I mean, it's right here. High octane, action packed thriller about a woman who will stop at nothing to survive. That's it. That's it. And a gritty, non-stop action-packed comic that will grab you by the balls and will not let go until the final page. Meaning that once the story gets going, it's going. It's like a runaway train. It's not gonna stop. It's gonna just trust me, guys. Trust me when I tell you that once the action starts in this comic book, that's why it's called Vigilant Fury. The fury part is emboldened because it's all about fury, right? When you're put in a situation, a very dire situation, right, where it's literally life and death. If you don't do nothing, you're gonna die. Like that kind of scenario, that kind of situation. Where if I don't you say you're in a situation where like I don't know, you're surrounded by people or you're in trapped. Is she the only main character? No, she isn't. There's other characters, but she's the primary focus of the story. There are other characters, but again, I'm not going to introduce them to you until I launch the campaign. Once I launch the campaign, the gates are open. I'm going to, break down who's in the story, what the story is about in detail, and who the characters are. But for now, in this pre-launch, is the primary focus is for now her. And I'll tell you this, Curious. I'll give you a little glimpse of my writing process. And it's this. When I first developed the story, it was the main character was a guy. And so I was all excited, right? I was like, all right, cool. I was writing the story. I was writing about this whole, I was writing the story with a male protagonist in mind. And you could blame her, my wife. She, she's always kind of looking over my shoulder to see what I'm working on whenever I am working on something. And when I was telling her about the story and what the story was about, she kind of sat there and be like, it'd be a lot more exciting if it was a woman, because it's a lot more I guess the way she described it was it's a lot more suspenseful, because a woman can easily be overpowered by a man. And I was like, oh, you're right. And then she also told me, and a woman has to use her brain, her wits, to get out of situations, especially deadly situations. And when she told me that, I was like, oh, it added another layer. It added another layer of suspense in the story, and it totally changed everything in the story. And when I made that change, I was even more excited about it. And bless her, she made sure I was on the right track. And trust me when I tell you this, Curious, and everyone else watching, and those who are going to watch the replay, she made sure that I did not write a Mary Sue character. Let's just put it that way. She always reminded me, don't make her into a Mary Sue. And then whenever I would tell her, okay, this is what I'm working on now. Here's what I'm doing now. She would tell me, oh, you're going there. And I'll have to go back and change some things here and there. But overall, the story, guys, I'm telling you, trust me when I tell you this. I'm really excited about this one because, again, it's a one-shot story. So it's going to be no more than 60 pages. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's it. It's done. There is no book 2. There is no issue 2. There is no sequel. This is it. So I'm really excited about this because I feel that nowadays in the indie comic book landscape, especially in the age of crowdfunding, more and more readers are looking for one shot books because it takes so long for like, you know, for a book to come out nowadays. And I feel that readers, and also given the fact that the cost of these books in these campaigns, in these crowdfunding campaigns like Indiegogo or Kickstarter, creators are charging a little bit more because of shipping and handling, and also because of page count. So I thought it'd be best if I gave you guys just a fucking, you know, just an explosion of a story, right? Because if this book, let's just say for instance, I decided to break it up into, you know, book 1, book 2, book 3, or issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, then now I have to slowly build up the story to the apex and the climax of the story, and then take you on that roller coaster ride. This right here is like fucking Six Flags, right? You get on the ride, it goes up, and then once it goes over that hump, boom, it's go. It's go time. And you're going like this. And it doesn't stop. It doesn't rest. And that's what the story is about. This story is gonna feel like that when you read it. And that's how it feels when I write it. When I write the story, when I'm writing the story, because I'm not finished yet with this story in terms of script wise, but the story is laid out, it's plotted out. I know exactly where it's gonna go. I know exactly how it's gonna end, but now it's just a matter of plotting it out in terms of, like, you know, dialogue, panel descriptions, and what have you. And now it's like, I wish I could show you the plot, like the outline of a plot, because it's fantastic. I really can't wait to show you guys. So, you know, again, you know, sign up to the pre-launch, and again, you'll receive a free print, no cost to you. Shipping and handling is all on me, so you don't have to pay nothing. So you're gonna get something for free just for signing up to the email, you know, to the email list. I love roller coasters. You know, me too. Pressing colors, me too. Six Flags is my jam, and that's what I want to do for this story. I want readers to really, like, when they pick up a Julius Freeman comic book, when they pick up a Lucid comic, I want them to know they're going to get the best. They're going to get the most action packed. They're going to get just my top level work every single time. And based on the success of this book, in terms of you know, the goal, the budget, you know, budget wise, profits, whatever, I hope this leads to me creating more stories for you guys, because I have a ton of fucking stories for you guys. You guys have no idea what's in store for you. And I also want to finish Ghetto Dragon. Book 2, like I said, book 2 of Ghetto Dragon is done. It's written out. It's scripted. It's just a matter of drawing it. That's it. That's what's holding it back. But if I could entice the artist to come back and draw the rest of this, you know, book 2, and finish it, and give you guys that perfect ending, because book 2 of Ghetto Dragon is nuts, guys. It's you guys have no idea how crazy book 2 of Ghetto Dragon is. And I'm really excited about that one, but I had to put that in the back burner because, you know, I want to show to readers in the indie comic book landscape that me, Julius Freeman, can write compelling, entertaining stories. And I also have a good eye for artists as well. I mean, I don't want to, you know, hoot my own horn here, but I have a good eye for artists. If I look at someone's artwork, I could tell you it's good, or I could tell you need work. I don't like to use the word bad, because there's always room for improvement. You know, even for myself, like for instance, I'll give you an example. The other day I tweeted out something, and I used the wrong word. I meant to say seize the opportunity, you know, SEIZE, the opportunity, but instead I used cease the opportunity, which was CEASE. And someone pointed it out to me on Twitter saying, "Hey, did you mean seize the opportunity?" And when he told me that, I was like, oh crap, like dude, that's so embarrassing because I'm a writer. I should know better. And you know what? I respected the fact that he called me on it, and I followed him because I was like, you know what? I respected that. And because again, I'm in the school of thought that there's always room for improvement. So whenever I look and see an artist's work, and I go, oh, you know what? You could, if you work on, like, if you focus on this, you will get a whole lot better, and work on this other one, down the line. And I'm not saying this is not like an indirect saying of Anthony Gambino. Anthony Gambino is top level in my opinion because he has an understanding of storytelling. Like it's like I said, he makes my job easy. When he sends me the thumbnails and I look at the thumbnails, I go, damn, that's sometimes he's come up with panels that are 10 times better than what I wrote in my script. And that's why I love making comics. That's why I love producing comics, because I love the back and forth between writer and artist. And writers that are out there, don't ever get too close to your story. Don't ever keep it too tightly close to you, because it once it's out, it kind of it doesn't belong to you anymore. And Anthony Gambino has provided so much good to this story already. He's giving me great like ideas. He suggests things, and again, he makes my job so much easier, and I'm having a blast working with him. And I hope down the line I meet more artists like him, because if you have an artist that jives well with a writer, you create magic. And that's what Vigilant Fury is. It's magic. Vigilant Fury is 100% magic. Like this image here, this right here, this is all him. This was all him. I didn't write anything down. I just told him, make sure if it stays within the guidelines of the plot. That's what I told him. And this is what he came up with. Himself, again, not me. I didn't write down anything. I didn't write down these descriptions. It was just like, hey, what do you think about this? And I was like, dude, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Again, he makes my job easy, because he took all the elements of the plot and he put it into one image. Because remember, this is the only clue you guys have for now. The bloody hand with the flashlight and the container ship and the ocean. And there's a skull. I really love this. This is so. I'm gonna zoom in real quick, so because I just love how he did this here. Fantastic work. And you guys are in for a treat, seriously. And again, sign up today. You receive this print for free, no charge to you whatsoever. Not shipping, nothing. So sign up now, because if you don't and you decide, I'll just wait until the campaign launches and I'll back it then, which is cool. Hey, more thank you if you do, but you won't get the poster. The poster or the print, depending on the deal I can find from a printer. And so don't wait up. Don't wait, because once it's done, once it launches, it's gone. And then the only thing you're going to get is what we offer, which is going to be the book. But it's going to, trust me, guys, what we have in store for you when we do launch the campaign, it's going to be, it's going to be great. Like, seriously, guys, I really am excited about this. And I want to give you guys also an update on this channel. I know I've been radio silent on this channel because, again, I was busy finding an artist. I was busy producing stories. I got a writing gig from a person I found on Twitter. He was looking for a writer. I put my name in the hat, and my name came out. And now I'm working with this individual. And again, I don't want to talk too much about it because we're still in the process of developing the story. And it's gonna be that one. What I can tell you is it's gonna be a horror comic book. So it's the first time I've ever written a horror comic book, horror. I think I said that right. And I'm excited about it because I've never written anything like that before, and it's in the spirit of Friday the 13th and Halloween. So it's a blast, man. This guy's idea is out there. It's dark, it's gritty, and I love it. I love it, and I never thought I would enjoy writing horror. Uh, like I never thought I would enjoy it. Because it just I'm not a big horror fan. When I was younger, yeah, I liked the Friday the 13th movies and Nightmare on Elm Street and what have you. But I grew out of it, and it was just like, I just didn't like him anymore. But then when this guy pitched me his idea, I was like, holy crap, that actually might be something that I might like. I might enjoy writing. And so hopefully down the line, in a few months, I'll be able to share that with you guys. So going back to what I'm saying about the channel, I'm gonna be a lot more active from here on out. I'll be doing a lot more live streams. I will probably more than likely um, cover topics in the comic book landscape, mainly indie comics. I'm not gonna do the corporate owned comic books anymore because there's enough channels of that already out there. There's a lot of channels that cover Marvel and DC comics, but I'm gonna focus primarily on indie comic books. That Curious Comic says, I'm writing a samurai book and zombie horror. Having so much fun. Wait, are you writing a samurai zombie horror comic book, or are you writing a samurai book and a zombie horror comic, like separate? Because if it's a samurai zombie horror comic book, that'd be pretty dope. To be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie. That's something I would probably read because it's unique, it's different. No, I don't think I've ever seen a samurai zombie comic book, unless I'm wrong, unless you've seen something before. But anyway, I'll be a lot more active, so I'll probably have guests on the show. I might just cover separate. Oh, okay, separate. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, maybe if you try to combine them. I'm just throwing ideas out there, man. You can do what you want. It's your story. But yeah, I'm happy, curious on the real. I'm happy to see you still active. I know it's been a while since we talked because you used to watch me on Talking Cinema, and also when I had the Good Old Dragon campaign up, I would do live streams as well and videos, and that's what I'll be doing as well. I'll be producing more videos, covering topics of the everyday happenings of indie comics, be it there is Netflix zombie. Oh, okay, there you go. Netflix zombie samurai. Oh, I might have to watch that tonight because I had not seen that on my feed. It's probably because I don't watch horror because I'm more of a thriller suspense kind of guy. So the algorithm on Netflix always recommends me suspense and thriller movies, so and action movies because I'm a huge action nut, especially martial arts. So yeah, I'm gonna Anthony Gambino will probably join me on a few streams. Not all of them. I'm gonna be on other people's streams. I'll probably do hangout streams where I just kind of live stream and just shoot the shit and just kind of look at what's going on in the landscape of comics. I do have one artist that I working with locally, and he's been developing a pretty awesome looking image, but I don't want to talk about that too much until it's complete. But that's gonna be right. Hey, Roger Ryder, howdy. Remember I told you about that story about the guy on Twitter fixing, not fixing, but correcting me on the word "sees" as opposed to "cease." It was right. It was this guy. It was this guy right here. This is the guy, Roger Ryder, who called me out on it. And again, Roger, I appreciate the fact that you corrected me. Like, you have no idea how red my face was when you pointed that out. And I was like, damn it, man. I can't believe I did that. I should have checked, but thank you. I appreciate that you did that. It was very nice of you. Happy to help, partner. Thank you. And I know Roger Ryder. He's gonna be. He did mention to me he's gonna launch something soon, right? And Indiegogo yourself. What kind of book is it that you're going to release? Is it a Western? Considering the fact that your character, whatever it's called, your thumbnail is a cowboy, or is it something totally different? And thank you again for joining us, Roger. I wanted to since you just came here. Well, you said stop saying it's the future when it's the present. Yeah, that's true. Oh, sci-fi Western. Oh, nice. That sounds cool. Sci-fi Western. That sounds really cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'll look forward to that. But yeah, since you're here, hey, Vigilant Fury, my friend, here it is. Here's the announcement. Vigilant Fury is now on the pre-launch stage. If you sign up to the email list now, you're going to get a free print of this bad boy right here. Got your Curious Comics says, got your Ghetto Dragon. You delivered very fast and includes prints. I will be supporting Ghetto Dragon too. Thank you, Curious. Thank you. And support this one too, because this one, you won't be disappointed with this one. And yeah, Ghetto Dragon, I did my best to get him out there as soon as possible. And I'm glad most of the books got there relatively unharmed. There's a few people who received a few damaged books, but nothing too dire, thankfully. So I'm glad you backed it. But yeah, Roger Ryder, thank you for joining us. And again, if you sign up to the list, the email list during the pre-launch, you'll receive this print for free. Right? No cost to you, no cost to anybody who signs up to the email list up until the campaign launches. Because once the campaign launches, it won't be available anymore. So if you want this image as a small poster or 11 by 14, I haven't decided the size yet because I'm still looking at printers to see how much the cost would be, and also shipping costs as well, because depending on the size, shipping will always will alter. But yeah, you'll receive this print for free. No shipping cost to you and no cost to you. All you have to do is sign up to the email list. That's it. That's all you have to do. Vigilant Fury, and Vigilant Fury is an action-packed story about survival. It stars Angela Peretz, who has a deadly side to her, but she's a free spirit. But I'm not going to give away too much of the plot or characters until I launch the campaign. That's when I'll explain who each character is, what the story is about. But for now, this is all you're going to get in the pre-launch. The name of the title of the book is Vigilant Fury. And the byline is, she has one chance to escape. The only thing in her way is an army of mercenaries. So there you go. That's all you're going to get for now. A woman who has one chance to escape, but she has to go through an army of mercenaries. And how is that going to happen? How is she going to do that? Well, you're going to have to read the book. You're going to have to check out the book. And no, it's not a Mary Sue. This is more like, she's more like, she's not like Rey from Star Wars. She's more like Ellen Ripley. She's more like Sarah Connor from the 2 Terminator movies. The first 2, not the rest. The first 2 Terminator movies. That's how it's like a homage to that, a loose homage. See you later, Curious. Thank you for joining me. I'll see some more of you when I do more live streams. But I'm glad you joined me. So that pretty much covers it, guys. Vigilant Fury is out. If you guys don't want to sign up to the pre-launch and you just want to wait until the launch, that's great. Please, it would be appreciated if you could spread the word about this comic book, because Anthony Gambino is the artist of this book. He's been doing a great job. And once I launch the campaign, you'll be seeing more of his pages, and his pages are absolutely stunning, guys. You have no idea how detailed this guy is. When he started giving me the finalized pages, and I was looking them over, I was really at first glance, at first glance, it doesn't seem like a lot is going on. But when you look closer at his pages and you actually pay attention to the fine detail of each panel, you realize, holy crap, there's a lot going on in every panel. Like, he does not waste a space. And to me, that's a testament of a top-notch artist. And so yeah, guys, those of you who are watching right now, spread the word, let people know about Vigilant Fury, and let them know that if they sign up to the pre-launch, they'll receive a print of this beautiful image here, drawn and colored by Anthony Gambino. And so yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. So I'll be actively promoting this pre-launch for the next few weeks. I'll be going on live streams. I'll probably end up going to Peter Simeti's. I forgot what it's called, a 5-minute pitch. I forgot the name of the show that he has. Pressing Colors says I'll be able to print it for you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Got a printer, but I gotta find out, what your cost will be, buddy. But thank you for offering that. That's awesome. Thank you for that. So yeah, spread the word, let people know about it, and I appreciate you guys. I really do. Right now in this day and age is a struggle. It's a struggle to thank you, Roger. Thank you, Roger. It's open mic Wednesday. Wait, Wednesdays? He moved it to Wednesdays? I thought they were Mondays. Well, if you move it to Wednesdays, it's not a big deal, but oh, wow. ID Crisis. Hail. Thank you for joining us, ID Crisis. So since ID Crisis has just joined us, ID Crisis, here's my announcement. Vigilant Fury is now just changed. Okay, so he changed to Wednesdays. Okay, that makes sense. ID Crisis. Vigilant Fury is my new campaign that is now in pre-launch. And if you sign up to the email list from here on till I launch the campaign, you'll receive this beautiful print of this here fine image, drawn and colored by Anthony Gambino. Still waiting for my kid to get out replaced with Kelly. Come on, that can't be that bad, can it? The play can't be that bad, right? It has to be good. But don't trip, ID Crisis. I'm about to get off right now. I just want to get this out there, let people know about it. I'll be streaming a lot more on this channel. I'll be producing a lot more videos going forward on this channel, and I'll be also on other people's channels as well. So I'll be, reaching out to people and getting this, getting people more eyes on this thing. So that way, when I launch the campaign and people have their, they join the email list, they'll know that it's live, and off the races we go. But again, Vigilant Fury is a story about a woman who will do whatever it takes to survive, and she only has one chance to escape, and the only thing in her way is an army of mercenaries, which is going to be, I'm telling you, once the story gets going, it doesn't stop. Thank you, ID Crisis. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me. And other people, don't be shy. I'm going to post this on Twitter. I'm going to, actively start pushing for this. And, also there's before I go, I want to shed light on one other campaign that I think is one of the most vile and disgusting, gross, but outrageously great comic book called here, let me find it real quick. Let me just get back on here real quick. Give me a second. Let me find it here so that way you guys can be surprised. It's this guy. I think R. Crumb would be proud, personally. And this comic book is drawn by a man named Rich Ayala. And I wanted to shed light on it because it's one of those books, man, where again, I wish it was in the comic book shops because it deserves it. And the project I'm talking about is a project called Roach Balls. Roach Ball. Look, he already raised 5,000. Amazing. Congratulations, Rich. I was calling him Roach. I was gonna call him Roach Ayala. uh, a little bit of a history here. Back in the day, back in the day, my friends used to call me Roach. Because I was a very messy kid. Let's just say that growing up. So they gave me the nickname Roach. So when I saw this, I was like, damn, dude, you know what? My friends would get a kick out of this if they saw it. And I love the fact that this guy, Rich Ayala, is just went all in on this. And I know this is supposed to be about Vigilant Fury, but I just want to get a spotlight because again, I want this channel to be about indie comics. I want this channel to be about fun. I want to make comic books fun again. The drama channels, hey, I love drama too, right? And I watch it from time to time, but there's enough of that going around. I want this channel, I want Julius Freeman Comics to be about comics, nothing but comics, and make it fun. Like just make it 100% fun. And this this fucking book looks like a lot of fun. It's like I said, disgusting, vile, but fun. Seeing this looks as tasty as boogers, the really and good crunchy ones. Oh, damn. Oh man. But yeah, what I like about this is it's all by hand. There is no, I don't know if he uses digital, I don't know if he uses a Wacom pen or not, or a tablet, but I think it's all by hand, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a rarity nowadays in this day. And there's nothing wrong with digital. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me twisted. Don't get me twisted. Don't get me wrong. Digital art is great in itself, and I am not opposed to it at all, especially if it's efficient in terms of turnaround. But the fact that this guy is all hand, man, pens and markers and Prismacolors, I'm assuming. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Oh man. Oh man, that's crazy. Look this. This is and he's also fantastic in his own right. I mean, this is all like, I mean, it's rare nowadays to have art like this, and it's great. It's great. This is what indie comics is all about, in my opinion. But I just want to shed a spotlight on this because he's been hustling, man, and I can't help but respect the hustle. And that's another thing I'm gonna venerate on this channel, and I'm gonna support on this channel. If I see you hustling, if I notice you hustling, I'm gonna shed a spotlight on you because that's what it's all about, right? It's all about getting the stuff out there. It's all about getting yourself out there. It's all about getting your work out there. And if I see it, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna support it because this looks like hard work. And look at this. This is just fantastic stuff all around. Dude, oh my god. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, let's see. Oh dang, I can't zoom in. All right, that's as close as I'm gonna get, it looks like. Oh my god. But yeah, I just wanted to shed a spotlight on this book because I'm gonna back it. I'll probably back it this weekend. Hopefully, I didn't miss the 100 mark because I know the first 191, so I'm close. So I'm kind of pretty close here. So once it reaches 100, I think the first 100 people are gonna get a I think some kind of like, I forget what it was. Oh yeah, here we go. First 100 backers will receive a one-of-a-kind sketch card. So I want to get that sketch card. Hopefully, I'm not. Hopefully, tomorrow it's not by 100, but maybe I should just do it tonight just to play it safe, huh? So, okay, guys, that's pretty much it for me. I've said what I needed to said. I said what need to be said, I should say. And Vigilant Fury is now on pre-launch stage. And sign up to the email list, get that free print. Don't sleep on it, because once it goes live, it's done. You're not gonna get it when the campaign goes live. And it's gonna be a rare get, because again, we're not going to reprint it. We're not going to offer it when the campaign goes live. So get it while it lasts, because we're probably going to be on the pre-launch stage for a few months, not long, not too long. So maybe I'm going to say 2 or 3 months at the most. March, yeah, like 3 or 4 months. That's probably the goal of because I want to get enough eyes on this project, on this campaign, and then when I launch it, hopefully that will be enough for people to so we can reach our goal and what have you. So once again, it's in the pre-launch stage. Sign up to the pre-launch, sign up to the email list, get your copy, get your free print. And I'm really excited about this, guys. You guys are in for a treat. If you like action comics, if you just like bone crushing, blood spilling, balls to walls action, this book is for you. Vigilant Fury is for you. No bullshit. When you buy a Julius Freeman comic book, or rather a Lucid comic, you're going to get the best. Always. You're always going to get 100% from me, because I appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate the fact that you're giving me another shot, another chance. I fulfilled my first campaign, so I have good standing. I obviously will fulfill this one. There's no question about it. Hopefully we don't have another, big event that changes things. Hopefully things go back to steady and normal, pre-coof, I should say. But we'll see. We'll see. But for now, Vigilant Fury is up and going. Sign up, spread the word, let people know about it, and subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends about this channel, because this channel is going to be about comics. Nothing other than comics. Maybe some movies. I'll probably recommend a few films that I like, that I enjoy. I'll probably recommend a few comic books. And but this channel is mainly going to be about comic books, specifically indie comic books, because I'm done with corporate stuff, corporate comics. I'm sure, good luck to them. I'm sure they're doing great on their own, but I'm not there anymore. I'm here. I'm here with you. I'm here with you, right? Because we're all a big family in terms of indie comics. We all want to support each other. We all want to see each other grow and rise, because indie comics is now. It's not the future. We're already here. The age of indie comic books is here. I mean, if it's an indication, like I just showed you the Roach Balls, right? $5,000. He raised it already in a few days. So readers are hungry for something new, something fresh, something bold. And Vigilant Fury offers that. So don't let up. Spread the word again, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, comment after for those who watch the replay. And lastly, before I go, I want to make a brief announcement, another announcement. Not as big, but for those who backed book 1 of the Ghetto Dragon No Good Deed, I plan on doing a stream in the near future that's going to involve, I guess, I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to be like my thank you to those who backed it. So trust me when I tell you this, that this live stream, this great, what I'm going to call the thankful stream. I'm going to give back some cool stuff to those who I'm going to give an opportunity to those who back the Ghetto Dragon to win some cool stuff. So that's all I'll say. I'll keep you guys updated. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. I'm not on any other platform. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on I'm on Instagram, but it hasn't been really active. I'm mainly on Twitter, and here's my handle. Follow me there on A Lucid Comic. Follow me there for the latest updates, for news, for outlooks, perspectives, whatever you want to call it. Once again, the campaign is Vigilant Fury. Sign up to the pre-launch, sign up to the email list, get this beautiful print, and it'll be yours for free. All you have to do, sign up, and you'll get this for free. And again, if you follow me on Twitter, I'll give you Genuine Comics. What's up, dude? I've seen you on Twitter a few times. Glad you could join us. Catch the replay if you can, but since you're on here now, before I go, I want to just repeat to you, since you just got on, that Vigilant Fury is in pre-launch, and Vigilant Fury is here's the byline: she has one chance to escape. The only thing in her way is an army of mercenaries. If you sign up to the email list, you'll receive this wonderful print for free. All you have to do is sign up. Genuine Comics. I think I follow you on Twitter too. If I don't follow you, or if you follow me, send me a tweet and I'll follow you. So that way you get the updates and stay on top of the news of what I'm gonna start to start dripping down as time goes on. So hopefully you can stick around and watch me. I'll be a lot more active on this channel. So it's all about comic books for this channel. So subscribe if you haven't, and I guarantee you're gonna have a blast. And it will be great to get. Yeah, I think you're right, Pressing Colors. I'm gonna get that active again, because it is, Instagram is an important tool as well. I recognize that, so I'm definitely gonna get active on that again. And once I do, again, I'll let you guys know on Twitter, and you can follow me there as well. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've been on Instagram, so I don't remember the name of my handle. I think it's a Lucid Comic as well. I believe so. It's been so long because, I lost my old phone, and that was connected to my Instagram, and now I got a new one. I have to reconnect, and I haven't had a chance to. But so there you have it, folks. Vigilant Fury, ready to go. Sign up, get that print. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you subscribe, hit the like button. We'll see you next time. Peace.